pulls forward though as they approach the first. Now she drops back and it's just Hoshi and Bear as they get to the water. Of course, Hoshi doesn't slow down and he drives straight forward. And I think he's going to win this as well. They clear it really nicely and they're going to hit the water at the same time. All of them don't hesitate, but Piggy Smalls especially does well there. And he's going to get a quick time, I think, and he does. At 11:08, and it's a course record. Bear and Ginger now coming forward, and so is Hoshi. And Bear gets overtaken by both, and now Ginger looks like she's going to win, and she does. Hello and welcome to League of Pigs, and we start the finals with an unusual perspective on the water track, a track that's been so pivotal in Season 4. But let's have a look at the most important thing, the leaderboard as we head into this final. Hoshi's consistency over the last 3 rounds means that he takes pole position for these finals. Meanwhile, Ginger is right on his tail though, as you can see, and Piggy Smalls is certainly not out of it, although he will need to win a couple more than the other two. Bear and Pepper are not going to feature at all. They are so far behind it's not worth mentioning. But with all that said, let's head on to race 1, which isn't the water track, it's the return of the beanbags. The first race begins and Ginger gets out nicely, so does Pepper Sanchez. Piggy Smalls on the near side, but look at Hoshi Oinku, he's at the back and he's going to need to do better than that if he wants to stay relevant in this competition. And he does as he cuts across Pepper, puts himself in front of Piggy Smalls as well and gets second. Ginger gets first, Hoshi gets second, and that just shows what this round's going to be like. We all know that Ginger's forte is beanbags. It was one of the defining moments in Season 2. Hoshi does not share that strength, but he did remarkable in that race to make sure he stayed current. Just look at him. He's in 4th place. He knows he needs to do more, and he cuts across Pepper, and at the same time manages to go ahead of Piggy Smalls in the space of just 2 feet. This round is going to be a grind. To me, right now, Bear Trotsky is just a pretty face. We've given her season after season, chance after chance, and every single time she's not stepped up to the mark. And she's let down not only herself, but the great nation of Russia. And so I may as well use the rest of Bear's time to remind viewers of the call to action, and that if you like the league, please subscribe. The pin is pulled and Bear and Pepper do get the best starts. Hoshi and Ginger are trapped behind them. Hoshi goes to the far side, so does Ginger. Now they track each other and they both pass Bear and Pepper now. It's just fighting them out. Hoshi looks like he's got it, but Ginger's gaining on the far side. But Hoshi keeps it. And it's his answer to race 1, and the points difference goes back to what it was. Hoshi reclaims top spot again. And these two pigs are just eyeing each other up and making sure they don't lose sight of each other. I do feel sorry for Piggy Smalls, who's starting to drop out of relevancy due to his handicap, but he is too heavy to stop having that handicap. He needs to get quicker to get round it. That said, look at Ginger and Hoshi, who are fighting this out to the bitter end. The pigs decide to go exploring midway through the round, and at this point, the rule of never leaving the paddock has become a bit of a joke. Pepper's not taking it seriously, and neither is anyone else on the circuit. And this isn't too far away from the racing paddock, but it just allows a little bit of pressure to be eased off the back garden and off the paddock itself, and allows the pigs to dig if they wish. Ironically, they choose not to. And as the race begins, Piggy Smalls and Pepper get out the best, but Ginger gets stuck behind, then goes to the far side. So is Hoshi, he's over there as well. Ginger stays in front now. It's Piggy Smalls, Hoshi and Ginger as they approach the second. Ginger holds the lead and Hoshi gets second as well. Piggy Smalls fails to get between the two of them, and you can just see that Hoshi and Ginger are mirroring each other the whole way down. That means that it's basically stationary in the points game, each waiting for the other to slip up here. Piggy Smalls does well, but not good enough. And I think we have to say at this point, goodbye to Piggy Smalls and his chances of this season, unfortunately. But the other two are neck and neck. The pigs have found an entrance to a mini wood which is situated just behind the racing paddock. And it is interesting to see how enamoured they are with this new area. So maybe we'll see more of this in the future. I'm not too sure where Hoshi and Bear are. Bear's no surprise. She could be in the field. She could be anywhere right now. But I'm surprised Hoshi's not with these three. But anyway, we've got bigger things to worry about. We've got the finals to do. So let's collect these guys up along with the other two and head over to race 4. Fourth race begins, and this time it's Hoshi and Pepper that get good starts, and Ginger's still trapped behind. She's going to try and get on the outside there, but Hoshi's keeping forward. Bear's giving Ginger difficulties on the side, and it's still looking like Bear could get second here. Is she? No, I'm not sure. I think that was Ginger, was it? Yes, it was, and Ginger gets second. Bear could have really ruined things there for Ginger. And just look how close it is again. We've had 4 races, and get this, they have finished within 8 milliseconds of each other. If you got 1080 in any of those races, that means you would have won. The time has barely changed, and it keeps alternating between Hoshi and Ginger. Regardless of where they start, regardless of how bad their start is, one of them's going to get first, and the other one gets second. Piggy Smalls fans must be feeling the frustration of that handicap as they have to say goodbye to their chances of season 4. But the league is refusing to make this competition about size alone, and they are looking for the pigs to dig deeper in order to go for that ultimate glory. But in lighter news, as you can see, Piggy Smalls and the others have behaved themselves, and that means they extend their stay in their favourite place, the garden. Let's head over to the last 3 races. The final hurdles race of the season begins, and they all get good starts, especially Bear, but Hoshi and Ginger on the near side are starting to pull forward. Hoshi cleans it nicest, and he's in front at the second hurdle, but now Ginger changes places, and I think she's going to cross the line first. And Ginger crosses the line and beats Hoshi at the last moment as they approach that second hurdle. She just cleans it that little bit nicer, and that makes all the difference here. But it is so close. I've never seen a finals like it, where the top 2 pigs just go back and forth the whole way. You can see on this replay, as they get from the first hurdle, Hoshi gets it just a bit better. But then Ginger clears that jump when she needs it the most and puts herself in pole as we head into the last 2 water races. Hoshi Oinku looks at the camera as if he knows that the eyes of a nation are upon him. But if he's feeling the pressure, he certainly doesn't look like he does right now. In fact, if anything, he looks more relaxed than a normal round of racing. And as the rain hits his face, he looks so serene, and it must feel like his hometown in the coastal regions of Japan. And Hoshi Oinku is just enjoying the moment with no addition of anything else. No trophy, no glory, no treats could make this moment any better. And it shows that it's not all about the competition. Sometimes you have to step back and just enjoy the moment for what it is. And on that peaceful note, let us head in with both barrels into the madness that is the final 2 races of Season 4. The penultimate race begins, and that's the fairest start I've ever seen as they all approach the first hurdle together. But Ginger's starting to drop back here as they get to the water, and that's continuing as well as Piggy Smalls goes forward, and so does Hoshi. And Hoshi's looking for the win, in fact, and he might have got it. He might have won the season already, has he? Race Radio is taking an age to confirm. He hasn't. Piggy Smalls has got first, and that's the first time Piggy Smalls has ever done Ginger a favour. And it's a great time for it to come for Ginger as well. And now Hoshi is still in front, but only by a point. It means that the next race is the golden race to decide the victor. But look, what a time for Ginger to decide to walk in that water. And Hoshi has just got his eyes on the prize as well. And it's paying off well for him here. And look how close it is between these 2 pigs. Less than an inch to decide if they'd already won the season. The cameraman heads over to Ginger, and she looks about as bothered about the cameraman as she did about that ploughed field last week. And who can blame her? The pressure must be so great right now. Will she win the fabled double she so desperately wants? Or will Hoshi make it so that there's 4 pigs have 4 championships? Either way, Ginger doesn't look bothered in us being near her right now. She just wants to focus on the job in hand, and who can blame her? So for once, let's do what Ginger wants to do and head over to the finale of Season 4. The final race of the season begins, and Ginger looks to have the better start out of the 2 of them here as they approach the first hurdle, but now Hoshi gets level with her as they get to the water. But Hoshi supremely works out the water nicely there, and he's going to put him in a great position to win the championship. Hoshi Oinku is the new League of Pigs champion, and he becomes the first Asian pig ever to win the pig championship. What a fairy tale ending for Japan. They met Ginger in season 2 and they knew they couldn't give her an inch, and they didn't give her an inch in this competition. Ginger gave them the time of their life, but they held through all the way. Yes, it's bittersweet. Yes, we wanted Ginger to finally get the double, but we didn't get it today. But instead, we saw a plus-size pig take the championship into his own hands, see a gap in the market with the water, and capitalise on it. Hoshi and Ginger become the first pigs ever to break the 200 barrier, and Hoshi Oinku has the points record at 204 points. That performance speaks for itself. Is Hoshi the most graceful pig we've ever seen? Of course he isn't. Is he the most streamlined? Obviously not. But he's an absolute unit. And what do we do with absolute units here at the League of Pigs? We give him a montage. So let's hit the lights and let the good times roll. And that's water, and they've stopped immediately. And Hoshi's the first to come to his senses, and he sets off. And now it's tied with Hoshi as they approach the water. Hoshi doesn't hesitate once. In fact, he drives through that water very quickly. He's on the near side, but look at Hoshi Oinku. He's at the back, and he's going to need to do better than that if he wants to stay relevant in this competition. And he does as he cuts across Pepper, puts himself in front of Piggy Smalls as well, and gets second, gets to the water. But Hoshi supremely works out the water nicely there, and he's going to put him in a great position to win the championship. Hoshi Oinku is the new League of Pigs champion.